Annenberg Media.
Additional funding is provided by the Stratford Foundation, the Arthur Vining Davis Foundations, Geraldine R. Dodge Foundation, George I. Alden Trust, and Alfred E. Chase Charity Foundation.
It's such a shame about Patrick, though. He wasn't all that old. And now, poor Rebecca and Kevin, they've got nobody.
Well, they have us. They have you and Brendan and me. 2 aunts and an uncle. We'll have to be their family now.
Where did you find her, Brendan? She's much too good for you.
Rebecca, Kevin, the entire Boston Fire Department wishes to express its deepest sympathy on the death of your father, Patrick Casey. In recognition of your father's bravery, I'm presenting you with this helmet.
Thank you.
Rebecca, can I say a couple of words? Sure. Your father was a special friend to me. I'm going to miss the pleasure of his company. He probably never told you this, but he saved my neck more than once. I want you to know, Rebecca, Kevin, if you ever need anything, and I mean anything, please call on me. God bless.
Matt, it's good to see you.
Sandy called me. I'm really sorry about your father.
Thanks for coming. How are you?
Fine. How's life in San Francisco?
School's tough, but I like it.
That's good. Are you going back or staying? Or...
I don't know. At this point, I just don't know.
Listen, I can't stay. I just came by for a second to pay my respects.
Thanks for coming.
Take care, Becky.
Thank you, Matt. Sandy? Sandy, where have you been? I've been worried about you. Been calling and calling.
Sorry, I haven't been home.
What is it? Did Jack hit you again?
No, we talked. He's promised never to do it again.
You mean you're going back to him?
I guess so.
Real sorry to hear about your dad.
Thanks, Jack.
Let's go.
I'll call you.
May God bless and keep our brother Patrick Casey. Amen.
My father was a good father. He cared about us. He had a big heart. He had a hard life after he got hurt in the fire. And if I added to his burden, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I did. I'm gonna miss him.
My father had dreams. Not big dreams, but small ones. He wanted to go fishing in one of those deep-sea fishing boats, but somehow he never did. He dreamed of having a house,
Not a big house, just a little one with a garden. But that never happened either. He had dreams for Kevin and me too. Maybe we disappointed him with our crazy ideas. I'm sorry, Dad, if we did. You always cared for us and loved us and provided a shoulder to lean on. And that has made our journey easier. I hope you find your dreams now. Maybe fishing. Or working in the garden with Mom. Bye, Dad.
The Boston Fire Department came and gave the family a helmet.
Rebecca, Kevin, the entire Boston Fire Department wishes to express its deepest sympathy on the death of your father, Patrick Casey. In recognition of your father's bravery, I'm presenting you this helmet.
Thank you.
Sandy looks terrible.
I can't believe she's still with Jack.
What is it? Did Jack hit you again?
No, we talked. He's promised never to do it again.
You mean you're going back to him?
I guess so.
Real sorry to hear about your dad.
Thanks, Jack.
Let's go.
Rebecca gave a very moving eulogy about her father.
He had dreams for Kevin and me too. Maybe we disappointed him with our crazy ideas. I'm sorry, Dad, if we did. I hope you find your dreams now.
This episode reminds me a lot of my own experience. My father died, my parents actually died when I was young. And we didn't want to have a big elaborate funeral or anything like that, but we did have a wake, and all the friends came, and my parents, they were a lot of fun, and they had a very good time in their lives, and I think they would have wanted that. It was very sad, but people were together, it was very warm, everybody had food and drink. And
This is at the wake?
At the wake, yes.
What's a wake?
A wake is, I don't know if they do it in your culture, but in my country, in Argentina, is usually done is right before the funeral, before you go to bury the person. All the friends come and they get together and they sit around, and usually somebody's house, somebody who has a big house, and they have something to eat and they drink, and they do a bit of a celebration of the life of the person rather than mourn the death. They're sad, but they want to celebrate life.
I got a phone call from my family back in Mexico telling me that my father had died. I cannot find words to tell you how I felt. I felt like I was a little kid, and I felt very guilty. I felt so many things. So I had a chance to be with him on his last months and talk to him and talked about death. It was the only time that truly we had a communication among father and daughter that I never had it for 17 years. You know, I was just following orders and saying no, say yes, do this, do that, da. This is good, this is bad, and just trying to be the perfect kid. When I left my home to come to the United States, it was about when I was 17 years old. And when I decided to pursue the career in music, when I was about 14 years old, he was very opposed to it. And many things that I was doing in my life, he was very negative about it. I never had the support. So I never had that kind of relationship that you want to have with your parents. So I felt a great deal.
Rebecca's story brought for me some of my own memories. A couple years ago, my father passed away, died, and he had been sick for about a year with cancer. And we, as a family, had the chance to prepare ourselves with him to his dying. And unlike Rebecca, for us it was a longer process because my father was sick for a year, and also he did not die in the hospital, but he died at home. And we were very fortunate because the day that he died, we were all there. So it was similar but different in terms of an experience.
You know, Olga, it happened to me too about 2 years ago. My father died. And it was a very difficult moment for us. He died at home. At the very beginning, we had no tears. But as it happened to Kevin and Rebecca, at the beginning, all those emotions that you have deep inside, you are so reserved. You don't want to let them out. You don't want people to truly to see how you feel. And it was not, seriously, not until I came back that I had tears.
When you talk about death, you just think it's just going to happen with the neighbor, never with you.
It could happen to anybody.
Yes, and then you realize it can happen with your family, and especially when you are so far away from your home. It's terrible.
Annenberg Media. For information about this and other Annenberg Media programs, call 1-800-LEARNER and visit us at www.learner.org.
Additional funding is provided by the Stratford Foundation, the Arthur Vining Davis Foundations, Geraldine R. Dodge Foundation, George I. Alden Trust, and Alfred E. Chase Charity Foundation.